House TV. I'm senior NFL writer Chris Harry, and I'm pleased to welcome CBS NFL analyst and former Super Bowl MVP Phil Simms as our guest. Phil, thank you for taking the time with us today. Can we jump right in?
Let's go, Chris. Don't wait. Let's go. Throw the bomb right away.
You did the Jets-Patriots game Sunday. That was a tremendous bounce-back performance by the Jets. What was the most striking element of that game for you from both sides, especially given the rivalry there?
Well, I think we saw that the Jets really are a very good football team. I thought we also saw they're big, they're very physical, and no matter who they play, they can line up and punch it out with anybody. And also, of course, all the speculation going in the game, is Mark Sanchez the guy? Can he lead this Jets team? And, well, for 1 week, he is the man. He got it done, played very well. And I thought the Jets really showed just about everything what they're about, hope to be. And of course, they're hoping that leads them to a good year.
Was it a downer for the Patriots, obviously?
Oh, sure. Anytime you lose to the Jets, they've made it known that they're not the friendliest rivals in the world, which is great for CBS and when you do the games on TV. But I think the Patriots, a young team, trying to change what they're about. They've got more speed on defense, a lot of new guys, some new guys on the offensive side. They played well for a half, but they couldn't keep it going. So, sure, when you lose a game like that, Chris, you're very disappointed.
All right, now we get word that Braylon Edwards was busted for DUI early this morning. Last week it was the Ravens fallout, women in the locker room issues. Do the Jets, are they just a team that thrives on adversity? Are they just going to roll right through this kind of thing?
Well, I think these last two episodes you're talking about, they're sure not thriving on that. You know, you never want your players to be disrespectful to reporters or anybody, not just reporters. So, and then conduct away from the field, all teams in the NFL very concerned about that. So here they are again, but I just will say this, and we'll see how it falls out and how they deal with it. But NFL teams, I always say this, when they close that locker room, man, it's all those outside distractions that we think that are going to be distractions, they truly are not. Teams can be focused when they go into work each day, and they'll play and they'll deal with distractions when they talk about it when it's over.
I realize it's only 2 weeks in, but this is the NFL, and it's all about reaction and overreaction. What are your biggest concerns with the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings, two teams that made no secret about their Super Bowl or bust ambitions? They're both now winless.
Well, I tell you what, it's concern. It's not just, let's wait and let's see. I think it's not even the fact that they're 0-2. It's how they became 0-2. And for the Dallas Cowboys, in the NFL, it's amazing. When one part of your team is not holding its end up, it just affects everybody and the rest of the team. It affects coaches. And for the Cowboys, I think the offensive line is just not doing enough. They're not run blocking well enough. Tony Romo was protected a little better this past week, but he needs better than that so he can show off his arm, his ability, and let the wide receivers get chances to make more big plays. And for the Minnesota Vikings, hey, Brett Favre, can he still do it? You know, does he have the energy to fight through this? And playmakers, my gosh, they're none. And Percy Harvin, he's beat up. What's going on with him? And right now, their offense is strictly, can Adrian Peterson get it done? I think I would change how I'm looking at games, protect the football team a little more, and maybe give Adrian Peterson even a greater role in what they're trying to do.
All right, I see you're working the Indy-Denver game this week, but if I may, I want to ask you about another CBS game featuring a battle of unbeatens that few would have seen coming. What are your thoughts on what the Steelers have done with their three-headed quarterback situation and that defense, but also what the Buccaneers have done behind a really young quarterback and an equally young defense?
Yeah, interesting game. The Steelers are they're doing whatever it takes, and I think Mike Tomlin said it best. You're insulting me, asking me if I'm surprised we're 2-0. I mean, boy, his words were awesome to listen to. But the Steelers, with all the changes at quarterback, what you got to really point to is just the fact that their defense has played so well in the first two games, and they've kind of managed it. I think Mike Tomlin's done a wonderful job of directing the game and trying to give his team the best chance to win. And that's been great. I guess Byron Leftwich will be back this week. That's going to help him. He's going to get the football down the field. That matches the defense and everything else, I think, very well. And look at the Buccaneers. I watched their first two games, and I got to admit, they're pretty physical, better than I thought. And Josh Freeman is one of the good stories of the NFL after 2 weeks. He's played very well. He's moved around. He's a big man, and he can throw it down the field. So those are pretty good combinations when you talk about the NFL.
All right, speaking of good stories, finally, can you explain for our viewers a little bit about your role with the NFL and its partnership with the FedEx Air and Ground program and how that's helping out kids, please?
Well, I can tell you, I've been involved with FedEx for 4 years. This is the 8th year they've had the FedEx Air and Ground award winners, and fans can go to NFL.com/FedEx to vote each week for their nominees. And those nominees, the Air and Ground, when they win, there's $2,000 donated in their name to a local Safe Kids Coalition. That helps pedestrian safety. That's the big thing. It's about, making school zones safer, making people walk around town, whatever they do, a better environment. And over the years, FedEx has donated over $13 million to help this program. It's worked out great, and I've been part of it for 4 years. And people like you give me a chance to talk about it. It has helped the program out a lot.
All right, well, good luck with that, Phil, and thank you so much for taking time with Fan House TV.
All right, thank you, Chris. Good to talk to you again.
All right, you too, Phil.
All
Take
right.
care.